Good Monday morning. Okay, this is my end of the year resource guide for your 2026 because I love to start a new year out with some new resources. So I'm going to share some of my new ones and some of my favorite ones through the years. So let's start with Bibles because I like to go through a translation, I've told you this before, and go through the whole Bible. And then I like to get a new translation and read that whole translation through. So these are two of my favorites. This is the ESV Study Bible. This is by Crossway, English Standard Version, which I just love. So that is a wonderful resource. This, as you can tell, I've used it a lot. We're using this with our young families here. This is the Chronological Life Application Bible by Tyndale, which if you've never read the Bible in chronological order, that is just so refreshing and interesting and surprising to even see where some of the books come. I also love the Amplified, just to read it through. It doesn't have study notes, but just to read it through because it amplifies a word in the Greek or Hebrew, gives you greater context. And I love to read the Message Bible through because it's just this beautiful paraphrase. It reads more like a story. So those are my Bible recommendations. Now, I'm going to give you three of my favorite devotionals. I have more, but all-time favorite, Streams in the Desert. I cannot tell you how many times I've read this devotional through, and this is a journaling devotional, so I write down the year and I write down notes about our life and things we've been through. This one went back to 2009, I think, right before Philly and I married, so I read it many years, but I've read it many years before then. This is one I discovered from a friend a few years back by Rick Renner. He lives in Russia. He is a scholar, especially a Greek scholar. This is called Sparkling Gems 1, Volume 1 from the Greek. He has a second volume. This, if you're a student of the Word and you want to dig in deeper to what words mean, this is such a wonderful devotional. Highly recommend. Then this, I love this. This is called The Book of Mysteries. It's 365 days. It's by Jonathan Cahn, who is a Messianic rabbi, pastors in New Jersey. He wrote The Harbinger, a lot of books you probably know. He takes the Jewish culture, the Jewish understanding of words and how they just weave this beautiful pattern through all of Scripture. And he reads this like a story, but it's 365 devotionals. It is absolutely wonderful. I did this in 2017. I don't know if I've done it since. Okay. One of the other new things a friend gave me year before last, the Abide Journal. I love this thing. It's a prayer journal. So for the last 2 years, I've written all my prayers in it. I write how they've been answered, what God's done, and to be able to go back and look at these things. It also, certain scriptures that stand out to you in the year and why, and you can write that down. So I have really, really enjoyed this. This I got last year too. This was the planner I got last year. This is different. It's from the Abide Paper Company, but it's not Abide. This is the Abide Journal from the Daily Grace Company. This is from Abide Paper Company, but it is a planner. But it is, it's a religious one. It's a Christian one. Talks about abiding in the Lord to start off. It gives you questions about your year and what you feel like God may have for you, things that worked last year, things that didn't work. It gives you self-reflection moments. It gives you your calendar and planner. It gives you routine and habits, priorities for your week. And then it asks you questions after each month to just kind of process what your month's been like and love it. So that is the planner by Abide Paper Company. This is brand new for me this year. I saw this recently at a store I was at, and I bought a couple bought one for me and a couple gifts of this. This is called Fruit of the Spirit Devotional Journals. So there are 9 fruits of the Spirit, and inside here is a devotional journal for each fruit. So this one is love, and then it just goes through joy, peace, goodness, gentleness, kindness. So I am really excited about this. It gives you scriptures, then it asks you questions, it gives you prayers to pray, and so I am really looking forward to what this offers. Then, as you know, I often, well, not often, for the last 20 years or more, I have done a first of the year fast. And I describe that first of the year fast like taking time to do a deep cleanse, if you will. Like all throughout the year, these little leeches can try to find their way off of you. And a fast is just like sloughing yourself off and getting a recalibration, if you will, of your heart to the heart of God. And very often I've discovered that fasts, God uses them to equip me for the things in the year that I don't even know I'm going to have to face. Like this has been a really challenging year. Probably the hardest one I've had since my divorce, if I'm being honest. So almost in 20 years. And I go back to the first of the year fast that we did. I took our church here in Georgia through a 10-day fast. They had never done a corporate fast before. So we introduced them to that as a church. And I wrote a 10-day fasting curriculum of different things to pray for throughout those 10 days to just kind of keep you focused on your fast. So if you're interested in that resource, just email us at info@reclaiminghearts.org. Just put in the subject line fast resource and we'll get that out to you if you need something. But fasting is, to me, one of the most underutilized tools in the arsenal of a believer. And so I love it at the first of the year because it just is a recalibration of my heart and my mind and my spirit, and just settles me in to getting all of the distractions out so that I can get the clear voice of the Lord in. And so I can align my heart with His for where He's taking me for the new year. So it has been a privilege and an honor to serve you this year in these Monday Musing offerings. I shared last week that I'm taking 2026 off from Monday Musings. So they're not going to be as fresh as they were, but I will still give you fresh words. They just won't be on Mondays. So every now and then I'll pop on. But next year, I think we're going to re-show the year on the book of Revelation. So hopefully that'll be life-giving for you. But I wish all of you a new, wonderful 2026. And I just remind us of that resonating word that the old order of things has passed away. And behold, I am making everything new. I pray you receive that word. And I pray you discover some of the new things God has for you in this new year. God bless you. If your heart was encouraged today, please know that we have many other resources available for you. You can discover all of those at reclaiminghearts.org.